Good morning. Julie and Shelley have asked about my workroom on the Go Make Something message board, so I thought I would do a little video to show the general disaster that is my workspace. So I'm standing by the door, and this room is at the very end of the hallway in my house, so nobody has any reason to come down here during the course of the day, which is a good thing because usually this room is not presentable. If I know that other artists are coming over and might want to see it, I madly clean. So to the left of the door is bookshelves, and there's, I don't know, some sort of weird Lisa logic to these shelves. These bottom shelves down here are research books. These books up on the upper shelves are books that are waiting to be altered. Then further down there's bins from floor to ceiling of different supplies, and at some point I'm gonna label these bins, but they've been like this for 2 years, so I'm not holding my breath. I just sort of know that this one has CDs in it, and this one has clock parts, and that one down there is my paper making supplies. Window. This is the wrong side of my work table, and this is pretty much the way it always looks. So big pile of stuff and supplies on one side, a tiny little empty spot. This is what you guys usually see when I'm working, just a tiny little spot that's empty where I work. And then Lazy Susans with brushes and, I don't know, pencils, pens, rulers, and scissors. To the right of the door, this is where I shoot finished photography. And basically it's just a little ironing board that has a white t-shirt on it. So that's how I shoot my finished projects. This cabinet has, I'll open the door. It has more bins, and mostly what's in this cabinet is vintage paper ephemera, and it's stored in the cabinet rather than out on the shelves to protect it from the light, because this stuff tends to lose its color and fade pretty quickly, and I don't want it to start fading until after I've incorporated it into a piece. So the cabinet offers a little protection from the light. Okay. Moving on, the closet, which when I renovated this room, I sort of forgot to put the doors back on the closet, and I've grown so used to it that I don't think I'm ever going to put them back on. This is all fabric and trims, and then up on the top shelf I have some old vintage games. Before I was a paper girl, I was a fabric girl. I was a costume designer for a long time, so I still have a lot of fabrics left over from when I was working as a costume designer, and it's just so hard to get rid of them because some of them are really hard to come by. My sewing machine underneath the window, my poor sewing machine, it used to have the place of honor in my workroom, and now it's just covered by a plastic trash bag. It's very sad. This is a lot of storage, from the ground all the way up to where I can no longer reach. And my dog tends to come in here and sit on the fatigue mat, especially when he thinks that I'm talking to myself like now. These drawers hold all sorts of stuff. Letter stamps, and yes, I am a letter stamp whore. I have 3 drawers of them. Ooh, and my favorites right now are these Making Memories magnetic stamps. Rubber stamps up here, I'll talk about that in a video later, and ink pads. I really hate this section over here because I have so much stuff that doesn't really fit in the drawers, like these pens And these alcohol inks, the drawer won't close, and now my brads, the drawer won't close, so I'm thinking of replacing that with something else. Mounted stamps crammed over in the corner. I have very few mounted stamps. I hate them. They take up way too much space, so I always try to unmount my stamps. In this, I have soldering supplies, beeswax supplies back here. I also have beeswax in my freezer in the kitchen. Fibers and ribbons. This is all jewelry making stuff. Beads and stuff. It's not very well organized. Someday I'll do better. And then the bottom shelf, or the bottom drawer, is big stuff that doesn't fit in other places. Mostly really large atlases and x-rays. I'm the only girl in the country that has x-rays in her workroom. This corner is a lot of stuff that I don't use very much. My Xyron machine and canvas panels and stuff like that. Okay, this is what's to the right of my workroom. It's a lateral file and drawers, and then the very famous scrap pile, which pretty much always looks like this even after I've just cleaned. Paints and mediums in these drawers, tools. This lateral file, oh, it's paper nirvana, cardstock, tissue papers and handmade papers. I just like storing it like this better than I like the way I used to store paper, which is over here. This is where I used to store 12 by 12 papers. It's in the base of my work table. I recently got rid of all of my 12 by 12 papers because I'm determined not to use other people's paper anymore. Rolls of stuff underneath the work table, and also little supplies that I use a lot, like dowels and my metal ruler and stuff like that. My very large trash can, which I think I empty like 2 or 3 times a week. Can't live without the trash can. And here is the work table, again, as I work on it. So this tiny little space right here is where I work, and then all this crap to either side of it. Okay, that's it for now. I'm going to do some shorter videos on different sections to talk about why I store this stuff the way I store it. I hope this helps. Bye, guys.